Here comes Yakutsk Highway to Manali. Yeah, coming to the waterfall.
Imagine roads that make your heart race and stories that leave you speechless. From death-defying highways to jaw-dropping true events. As of 2018, there are 102 million miles worth of roads in the world that have been cataloged. While the majority of those roads may be freshly paved and smooth, there are plenty that veer from the beaten path and require a sturdy vehicle and a skilled driver to navigate. Some roads pose risks from hairpin turns, avalanches, earthquakes, and other hazards. These treacherous routes are so difficult to traverse that they claim the lives of those unfortunate enough to fall victim to their dangers. Get ready to hold your breath because you won't believe what's coming next. Here are the list of the top 10 most dangerous roads in the world. Number 10, jungle roads. Guyana. The trip from Georgetown to the Amazonian gold mines in Guyana is a trucker's nightmare. The journey spans 50 to 80 kilometers, but drivers often disappear for days or weeks at a time. Speed on these muddy roads rarely exceeds 5 kilometers per hour. Locals even measure distances in days rather than kilometers. Truckers travel in convoys for security against robbers, but their biggest challenge is the terrain. After heavy rains, ruts can become over 1 meter deep, and the only way to cross is with a winch. Unstable bridges, sometimes built on the spot, add to the danger. The battered Bedford four-wheel drive trucks used on these roads require their disc brakes to be replaced every 4 trips. Despite the risks, truckers take these jobs because a single trip to the mines pays up to €300, twice the normal salary in Guyana. Number 9, Bullying Tunnel Road. In 1972, a small group of villagers decided to dig through the Taihang Mountains to create a road to their isolated village of Gobi in China. Bulldozers or dynamite. They used only hand tools to dig through the mountain. The tunnel took 5 years to complete, but the dangerous nature of the road persists. Today, Gobi Tunnel remains a narrow passage with no barriers or lamps, meaning drivers take a risk every time they enter, especially at night. The locals call it the road that does not tolerate mistakes. Number 8, James Dalton Highway, Alaska. Known as the loneliest road on Earth, Alaska's James Dalton Highway is one of the most isolated roads in the world. Built as a supply road for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, it's the only route connecting Fairbanks to Deadhorse near the Arctic Ocean. This 666-kilometer highway offers no gas stations, rest stops, or cell phone coverage for a 383-kilometer stretch. A small breakdown could leave you stranded for days. Drivers are advised to carry survival gear and ensure their vehicles are prepared for the harsh conditions.
The road, 75% gravel and mud, is primarily used by tanker trucks. What truly makes it dangerous is the Arctic weather temperatures can drop to 62 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and blizzards reduce Fahrenheit and blizzards reduce visibility while creating slippery, icy roads.
The most perilous section is a Teton Pass prone to sudden avalanches. Number 7, 99 Bend Road to Heaven. The 99 Bend Road to Heaven in China is infamous for its 99 hairpin turns, which wind through the Tiananmen Mountain National Park. Constructed in 2006, this terrifying road ascends hundreds of feet in the air. The road's tight turns represent the 9 palaces of heaven, and as you ascend, you might feel like you're nearing the divine. At the top, you'll find Heaven's Gate, a natural rock arch believed to link the gods in the moral world. Driving this road is an exhilarating challenge with death-defying curves and the steep drops below. So why do people still use this road? While thrill-seeking tourists and cyclists are drawn by its deadly reputation, for many locals, the road is unavoidable. It's the only route connecting certain destinations. Number 6, Manali Highway, India. This 476-kilometer road in the Himalayas offers breathtaking views but is one of India's most dangerous routes. Its deadliest portion, Rohtang Pass, translates to ground of corpses. At nearly 4,000 meters above sea level, this high-altitude road is open only from May to November. Unpredictable weather, frequent landslides, and rockfalls make navigation treacherous. Heavy rain turns the road into thick slush, and dense fog makes the narrow dirt paths even harder to traverse. The lack of guardrails means vehicles can easily fall off the edge. Altitude is another challenge. Drivers often struggle to breathe due to the thin air. Yet this road remains essential for connecting the remote region of Leh to the rest of India. Number 5, Karakoram Highway. The Karakoram Highway spans 810 miles between China and Pakistan and is often called the 8th wonder of the world. It offers some stunning views, but it is also one of the most dangerous roads in the world. At its highest point, the highway reaches 15,000 feet above sea level, where the air is thin. Travelers face landslides, falling rocks, floods, avalanches, and steep cliffs. This highway follows part of the ancient Silk Road and has been the site of many fatal accidents. During construction in the late 1950s, about 1,000 workers lost their lives. In 2012, 17 people died when their bus plunged into a gorge after a sharp turn. Number 4, Yakutsk Highway. The Yakutsk Highway, also known as the Road of Bones, spans across Siberia to one of the coldest regions on Earth. It is made up of 2 highways, R504 Kolyma Highway and the A360 Lena Highway, both subject to extreme weather conditions. The Lena River Ice Road is a makeshift path across the frozen river, open only between December and April. Vehicles often fall through the ice, and visibility is poor during the winter months. This treacherous road claims many lives every year due to the unpredictable and harsh conditions. Number 3, Zojila Pass. Zojila Pass in India is a narrow, unpaved road at an elevation of 11,500 feet. It connects the towns of Srinagar and Leh in the western Himalayas. The road is prone to landslides and has no guardrail rails to prevent vehicles from falling off the steep cliffs.
Snowdrifts and high winds make the road impassable in winter, but during the warmer months, travelers must navigate its treacherous curves and steep drops. The road was originally built for military purposes in 1947 and is often closed due to its dangerous nature.
Number 2, Skipper's Canyon Road. Skipper's Canyon Road in New Zealand is carved into the side of a mountain. This 16-mile road, built by miners over 100 years ago, remains incredibly narrow and treacherous. The road runs from Coronet Peak Road to Skipper's Campground, and there are no guardrails to protect travelers from falling into the canyon below. The road is often used by tour buses and adventure companies, but it's so narrow that two vehicles can't pass each other in certain areas. Drivers must reverse to allow others to pass. Despite its appeal, Skipper's Canyon Road is one of the deadliest, with many fatalities occurring each year. Number 1, North Yumbis Road, Death Road. Known as Death Road, the North Yumbis Road in Bolivia is a 50-mile stretch of road that sits 15,200 feet above sea level. The road is narrow, with vertical drops of up to 3,000 feet into the Amazon rainforest below. It's also known for its tight hairpin turns and thick fog, making it even more dangerous. Without guardrails, travelers face a significant risk of falling off the edge. Between 1994 and 2006, an estimated 300 travelers died on the road each year, though some sections have been bypassed to make it safer. Despite this, cyclists continue to challenge the road, with some sadly failing. So that's all for today, everyone. These roads are often unavoidable and serve as crucial trade routes to remote areas. Have you ever traveled on one of these treacherous roads? Let us know and share your experience.